Welcome back to another dev blog. Not sure which episode this is, 38 maybe. Um, let's see. I think I covered the update to Science Lab last episode. So let's start with the armor stuff, I suppose. So as you can see here up in the hall, I have added in the new, well, it's not really very new anymore, but the quartz enchanted armor. So we can see that this gives 1.9 jump multiplier, which, pretty neato if you need jumping. And then I added in all of the rose athenium as well. So we can see at a glance your stats on all of these. So the prismarine gives you 4.8 oxygen regen, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go through and read everything, but you can check it out yourself if you're interested to see what a full suit of any of these armors will provide. And then, of course, you can always see what your current provisioning is by looking in the armor screen, which has had some minor updates. So updates might be the wrong word, some minor tweaks. Let me go ahead and give myself a ring. I'll give myself an amulet. I'll give myself some pants. I already have a helmet. I'll give myself some shoes of a different variety. Give myself a shirt of this, or chest plate, I guess. And we'll go ahead and throw all this armor on, so we can see what we have. All right, so here we have heal of 21. The actual is 21. Heal only works, well, actually, heal, damage, fire, and oxygen regen only work with full number values, or integers. Integers, whatever. And unfortunately, right now, I have perfect. Oh, because these are, I thought that was fire, not jump. Let me get something with fire and something with heal. So this would be heal, jump, fire. They are very close. That's why I got them mixed up. All right, we'll do that. And the heal. Oh, and I guess we'll throw this on. Oh, here we go. So now heal, I have 21.25 is the actual value of my armor that I'm wearing, but only 21 is applied because 0.25, that 25 just gets thrown out. Damage resistance 54 is what's applied. The actual provided by the armor is 54.5. Fire 7.1, and oxygen regen is 5. The reason I did this is because with the rings and the amulets, like the poor level here, which is what's shown in inventory, there are higher tiers, which we will get to in a second. These low level, like the underwater breathing here, gives 0.1 oxygen. Well, 0.1 oxygen by itself is actually useless because it has to be at least a value of 1. But if my oxygen regen was 4.9 and I put on something that was a 0.1, that gives me that whole next point step value. So that's why I did this, so you can see what your actual value is. So like damage resistance 54.5. If there was, and there isn't yet, but if there was an armor that had a perk of damage resistance, and I had something that provided 0.5, I could equip that, and that would put me up to 55 damage resistance, which could play a lot in deciding what kind of armor you equip as your set, because something might give you 0.25, and you're at 0.8, so that'll give you to the next full number, so you'll get that increase in the value. So that's why that was added. That's actually how it worked originally, I believe. And then I took that out because it was misleading, because the fractional values didn't actually do anything. So we have that. The rings and amulets. So these are all crafted from an empty ring or amulet, and the rings and amulets themselves are made in the smithy station with a lump of coal and then the corresponding ingot. And then you make the actual jewelry at the jewelry workshop, which looks confusing. It really isn't. So what you need is obviously the piece of jewelry, so either the golden ring or the titanium ring, or the golden amulet or the titanium amulet. You will need a mies crystal for the magicalness. You'll need a lava orb. That's because you need heat to bind it all together. The meat like does something with the magicalness, and then the lava does something with the heat. There's actually no real reason other than to make it a little more difficult. And then you will need one of the enchanting materials. So prismarine, huntite, quartz, bloodstone, quartz again, prismarine again. Okay, well, I would like to see some of the others. Okay, so we have garnet, actinolite crystal, and maybe that's all of them that there are. Whatever, I'm just gonna grab garnet because why not? So then we go here, we put the ring or the amulet into the first inventory slot. The perk we want to give, we put in the second slot. So in this case, we want to have a ring of speed. We put the Mies crystal in the slot with the Mies crystal outline, lava orb in the slot with the lava orb outline. And then we could put items into these relic slots as well. And you will see, you can put anything you want into the relic slots. So this is an interesting combination of relics. I don't think it's going to do us. Actually, I can tell you right now, this combination won't do you any good. So don't bother ever putting any of these in as your relics because they don't give you any benefit. And then you just click the forge button. And I got a poor golden ring of speed. Wahoo! So let me go ahead and equip this poor golden ring of speed. And that gives me an extra 0.1, which you can see in the hover text. All of the jewels will tell you what they will give you. And then I can go ahead and pull all of these out. Unfortunately, shift click or sneak click, I guess, doesn't work because there's too many slots and there's no way to know when you're sending something in where it should be going to. I guess I could just maybe set it up just for the relics. So when you sneak click, it goes to the relic slot and then it comes out of the relic slot. That might actually be something I look into because that would at least make sense. But yeah, there are different items that will increase your chances of getting a higher tier piece of jewelry. So basically how this works, if I can explain it quickly and easily, I'm trying to think what's the best way to explain this. The whole premise is pretty much based on a random number. So when you click the forge button, right here, a random number between 1 and 100 is selected. Then your relics either add or subtract to that random number, depending on what they are. So for example, I'll give something away here. I don't know if I'm really giving something away here. Some relics only affect certain perks. So say, for example, if you put garnet crystals in the relic slot, that might give you an increase in the chances of what tier ring you get of a garnet ring. Maybe that happens. Maybe it doesn't. So you have, what is this, 6 slots? 6 slots where you can put things in, and those can either add to or subtract from that chance value. Then that value is passed into another conditional block thing, which determines the tier. So I forget what the exact numbers are. Something like numbers between 1 and 80 give you tier 1. I believe 80 and 90 tier 2. Well, I guess it'd be 81 to 90. 91 to, I think, 98 is tier 3. And then 99 and 100 are tier 4, which is the highest tier you can get. So you want to have relics that add a lot to it. Of course, you don't know what those relics are. Currently, there is no information in-game about which relics provide what. I'm going to be adding some hints and tips and little puzzles and riddles that, can give some hints. But so that's how that works. And then there is also a slight possibility, I should throw this out so nobody thinks it's a bug. Of course, this is only going to help people who watch the video. Here it says relics are not consumed and can be used time and time again. While that is true, if you have relics in here that are subtracting from your chance, and say your random number's 5, and you have a relic that is a -10, that puts you at a net value. Is that the net? It puts you at a final value of -5. Well, if your final number value is less than 0, it actually, your relics will be fine. But your inputs in these 4 slots, gone. You will lose them. So, yeah, there's that. Right now, it should be almost impossible to do that because there are very few things that will take points away. And the things that do, I can't imagine anybody thinking are relics and putting in here. If you do, tough luck. You'll learn, I guess, not to do that. Okay, so that's that. Ooh, this was requested by WCHGI, I believe is the name. I'm not positive. Apologies if that isn't your name. So we have, well, I can do either vessel shelf. It doesn't matter which. And I don't know if these actually show. No, they don't. Okay, well, that's kind of useless. There are Lifeforce potions. What mod is that from? Give me max HP Lifeforce _1. I don't think that's valid. Nope. Okay. Well, there's those potions that you can get and you drink them and they give you a greater maximum HP. Excuse me. Those can now be put into vessel shelves, which they couldn't be before. So that was added. Let's see what else. All the armors are displayed in spawn. Kind of already went over that. The jewelry there, yeah. Oh, I should also, I guess, point this out, though this is fairly obvious. They all show what the recipes are. I know, like I said, pretty fairly obvious, but I did this for people who don't watch the dev blog because before it just showed the rings and the amulets that didn't have any of the jewels, and I think people thought they could equip those, which makes sense to think that, but you can't. So now when you look at it and you see all of these, and you see that, oh, the plain amulet, the plain ring is used in the recipe to make the one with the enchantment, it makes it a little more obvious as to how to get these, and that these you can't use as actual pieces of armor. So that's done. And then the last, oh no, wait, I didn't add this to the news. This has been requested for 3 months. There is now basalt brick, Nether Basalt. So we already had basalt from Darkage, which is like this dark brown and black. Well, now there is a Nether Basalt brick, which is made from the Nether Basalt, obviously enough, or interestingly enough, whatever. And it's available in slabs. And the different stairs. And one neat thing about this, I'll just throw a wall up of it right here because, oh, of course, it's someplace dark, so you won't really notice it, I don't think. Oh, maybe. We'll see. You probably won't notice it here, but this is using a global texture. So every 4 nodes it repeats. So had I put this one up here, so technically the texture on this brick and this brick is the exact same. And then these 3 in the middle are different without any effort on your part. So it makes a little less visually repetitive texture. So that's fun. I did this, and actually the next thing we're going to cover on Friday night stream. So if you didn't know about this, on Friday nights, I am not every single Friday night. This isn't a hard thing. There's not like a hard set time or length, but I'm trying every Friday night after work to do a stream where I do some coding or work on the server. It doesn't necessarily have to be coding. So Friday night, I got that added. Like I said, that's been requested for like 3 months. I don't have anything there, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Teleport 0, 6,000 and 0. This should put me into space somewhere. All right. So we're in space now. Oh. Joyous. Buggers. All right, I think they're leaving me alone. So if we look at our armor here, actually I can take this off and put this back on. Gravity multiplier shows 1, but the ring on gravity multiplier still shows 1. Interesting. Why didn't these changes propagate through? Very interesting. I am confused. So it's supposed to work in space now, where you have lower gravity. I don't know why it's not. It worked in the stream. Either something didn't push over properly to the server. By the time this video goes live, it will be fixed. I'm not sure why it's not working right now. But so in space, essentially you gain an extra negative 0.6 gravity. So if you're wearing a, this actually works. I don't necessarily recommend doing it, but you will be able to do this. I won't be able to do it right now because it's not working right. But yeah. Oh, well, there we go. I'm really confused. Okay. Maybe I have to have a piece of armor that has the gravity perk on it? Is that what it is? That's gonna kill me when I land. Let's put the crown on real quick. Whew. All right. So maybe that was the issue, was I didn't have any armor with the gravity perk. Let's just look at gravity. Let's grab the poor ring of lesser gravity or whatever it's called. Okay, so gravity multiplier is 0.35. Okay, so that's... Okay, so there is still a bug in the code. Nice. So this this gravity reduction ring, whatever you want to call it, takes away 0.05 gravity. So when you wear it and you're in space, it drops down to 0.35 because we have 0.6 being subtracted already, which would put us at 0.4. And then this is taking away an extra 0.05, which was the 0.35. So in space, it is extremely possible. I don't know why I can't jump right now. Oh, because this stupid thing's on my head. In space, it is extremely possible to get negative gravity and to jump super high and keep floating upwards pretty much till you die. Which, unfortunately, means people could explore the world all the way up to the upper bounds. So I need to quickly implement a layer of essentially bedrock in space, above the space, so we can have an actual another layer of ground up there. Because right now, space goes up to, I think these asteroids go up to like 7,500, and the world goes up to 32,000. So at like 10,000, I can put a layer of bedrock in, and then on top of that, still have, what would that be, 22,000 nodes of elevation that I could put another dimension or realm or whatever in with, you know, super hard bosses and stuff. So yeah, essentially, I need to do that sooner than later because at least we're going to be able to pop holes here by going up into space where nothing should exist. That looks like that should be it for updates. Yeah. So if you want to join the server, links on my website, which is down in the video description. If you want to download the game yourself to play locally, the code is all on Not a Bug, which is also linked and the same website that's linked down in the video description. I say all of the code, but technically not all of the code. Some of the code is in world mods, which aren't publicly shared because that's where like the secrets are. And I don't want people knowing all of the secrets of the server because that just takes all of the fun out of it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Tune in next week for another update video, and I will see you then.